the key factor for me wasn't whether or not I was ready. It was the fact that if I wasn't ready, I was determined to figure out how to get ready. And ultimately, even if I was ready, I still need to improve anyway.
Trivial things weren't going to pull my attention. It had to be things weren't going to pull my attention. It had to be things that I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for. I made that deal with myself at 13 years old, crystal clear. The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
My philosophy was a very simple one. And this is where I think film plays a big part of my life. Rudy was one of my favorite films growing up. After watching that film, I come to understand if I could work that hard every day with being blessed with the physical tools that I have, what would my career be? And I made a promise to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day.
While you're grinding on trying to become successful, you have to understand that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be incredibly challenging, it's going to be hard, and it's going to push you to the limits because you need to make sure that you were the best version of you in order to become successful. Now, what does that mean entirely? That is a loaded statement of trying to become the best version of you, but that just means doing little things here and there every single day. Whether that means waking up early to give yourself more time to improve the skills that you want to improve upon, or that means staying up later and not going out to parties every night and focusing on something that's going to truly benefit you and your future, and things that are going to make your life better down the line. Going to a party or staying out late with your friends is not bad, but if you do it all the time and push all the things that are going to be important to you down the line, push them away, then that's when it's going to be a struggle, and that's when your life is going to be harder because you made it harder. And you should be trying to make your life easier every step of the way for now and for the future. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be working hard, because you should be working incredibly hard every single day. You should be exhausted at the end of every day because of how hard you went, how hard you work to try to pursue something that you love, and going after your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. Because if that's important to you, you should be fully committed. You should never be halfway committed to anything, and be fully committed to one thing at a time, so that way you can pour all your time and energy into it, and that way you can get the best results from you and your life.
I expected us to win championships. I expected us to win 5, quite honestly. I expected us to win 8. And so when you have that vision in sports, it's a direct competition. Like, I know how hard they're working. I know how hard we're working. I know what their strategy is. I know what ours is, So it's a little different. So when we win in the NBA, it was like, yeah, we expected to do that. But now we're going to come back and we're going to do it again, And so it's that constant, like, all right, you're churning. You win one championship, I'm back in the gym the next day, working, getting ready for the next one. Now it's different because it's not about the awards. You just wind up trying to create something that's going to inspire someone, that hopefully, through that inspiration, they can inspire somebody else. And what I've come to learn as my career went on is that's more significant than any championship. Is how do you connect with somebody that can then connect with another? And then whether the awards come or not, that's for body to decide. Yeah. But, like for us, it's just to try to create things. Overall, the idea is a very simple one. And, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest. So starting at the age of 2, when I first started playing the game, and on and on and on, I always ask questions. I always try to get better every single day, learn more. You'd be surprised, like some people, like my kids at 2 could do a lot of things. Right? At 2, I could dribble a basketball. I could shoot a basketball on the Nerf hoop at the house. And I would go to practice with my father. I would observe my father. I'd sit and watch games with him. I guess you could say that. A lot of things I learned by being around the game. Right? So by the age of 6, I was already strategizing versus other 6-year-olds. At the age of 6, I figured out 6-year-olds couldn't dribble with their left hand. People that I've always had issues or problems with are the people that don't demand excellence for themselves. I won't tolerate that. So I think when the career is said and done, They're not going to be looking at you, a player on his team, and saying, you didn't win a championship. No, they're going to be looking here, right? So it's my responsibility to make sure everybody's holding themselves accountable. I'm holding you accountable. If we just played a back-to-back and we have practice the next day, your ass better be there, tape ready to go, right? Because I'm there and I'm ready. And I just got finished lifting weights for 2 hours, right? So I hold guys to a higher standard.
No, well, like I said, basketball is different because it's such a direct competition. And what we do now, there isn't. The competitiveness that I bring to work every day is really helping people, in a sense, be competitive with themselves. If you're animating something, or you're writing a screenplay, or you're composing a piece of music, is that the best you can do? Right? Don't ask me. Don't say, okay, do you approve? Don't ask me. I'm not the musician. I'm not the composer. You know, right? So the competitiveness is more from an individual perspective. Is this the best you can do? And if the answer is yes, then off we go.
So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.